Hi, this is Chris here with EverydayVBA. In this video, we're doing the solution to the guessing game number 2. And we're going to be adding, as you saw in the other video, we're going to be adding a couple things. We're going to be adding the number of tries that you get, the prompt for the min and max, and then we need to do some error handling for just if you hit cancel. You don't want to, if you actually produce this and sent this to friends to show off all of your VBA knowledge, you would not want them to end up in an infinite loop where they said I want to do 1,000,000 tries and they just have to shut down Excel. So we've got to keep that all into consideration. So we're going to do a couple things. We are going to, this is your code here. This was included in the Macro Monday challenge, and I'm just going to get in here and just edit it. So this should go pretty fast. So we're going to go Application.InputBox. The reason we're going to do this is because we want to be able to force it to use a number. That way you don't have to do, you have to do less error checking and less error control on that. So we're going to use this, and if you just go to the MSDN or Microsoft, it'll actually just, here's your information here, the application input box method, and you can force it to be a number. So we're going to put that in on all of our input boxes here. So we're going to go enter the number of tries. Now you'll notice on this title, I'm not going to do title. I'm just going to go comma all the way out to type. I'm going to show you how to do that a different way on the next one that I do. But number of tries. Oh geez, I meant to copy that. Come on, copy. All right, this is going to be enter min number. And then what you can do here is after the comma you do type, and then do column, and then equals, and then just 1. And that's actually identical. And then you just don't have the commas, and it's easier. It's actually easier to read because most of the time you're not going to know what that IntelliSense is. And then this is going to be max. All right, now we've got our two numbers. Now we want to do the same thing here, down here for our input box here. So we're going to do that. And we are going to put in comma, and then we're going to do type equals 1. All right, so that's all fixed. So now we've got all the prompts to go through that basically kind of complete our game. So if we hit F5, we need to do a couple things here. We need to change that, move that around. But we just want to check these out. Enter the number of tries. We're going to go 5. Go OK. The min number, we're going to put in a min of, whatever. A min of 1, and then a max of 5, and then we could go through here. Now we're not going to end up correctly because we've got the guess right here is at 25, and we actually need to take that times our max. So we're just going to move this line, take this down here, put this here, and this is actually going to be max. And if we you'll notice if I come in here and I go, what is G? G is equals 17. Well, 17 is over what the max that I said that you should select. So then we were going to come in here, it's going to make that 2, and we're good to go. So the code actually should work from here on out. Now what we do need to do is what happens if you hit cancel here. So we need to take that into consideration, and we need to build that into our if. So I'm just going to hit 2 just so that we see that it works. Congratulations, you guessed the number. I'm going to go, it was, I'm just going to make this a little cleaner, a little nicer, and G. So now if we went in here, we would go, it was 2, right? So we're good to go there. And let's go ahead and just give it a shot here real quick. Enter the number of tries. We're going to do 1, enter 1, enter 2. And then we're going to just try 1. You guessed it, it was 1. Okay, so we're working just fine. Now there's a couple error handling things that I'm not going to cover in this course, but it would be some stuff that you would want to consider. you would want to make sure that your tries were positive. That would be one thing that you could do. You would also want to make sure that your min is greater than your max. I'm not going to build that in here. It just adds complexity. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you how to handle your cancel. So I'm just going to put in a stop here, and I'm just going to show you what cancel is, and I'm going to show you just really how easy it is to just add this piece in. So we're going to go F5, number of tries. We're going to go with 2, minimum number of 1, maximum number of 100, and then on the input I'm just going to put cancel. Now what I want to do is I want to see what this I is, and you'll notice that I is equal to false. And so all we need to do is just do an else if I equals false. Then all we need to do is just exit sub, and we will exit sub will take you all the way out of your macro, the macro that it's currently in. You'll notice that if I is equal to false, it is false, and then we're going to exit the sub. Now we could put a message box in there that said thanks for playing or something like that. But that is basically kind of the completion of the guessing game number 2. And that is we just added some prompts for tries. We also added a min and max, and we added an exit option. Now a couple things to keep in mind is this is typically what happens when you're coding is you're going to put in your variables, and then you can basically add on to it and build onto it. Now you don't want to do spaghetti code, which is code kind of going all over the place, but in this case this worked out really well. So hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.